Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mana Cave. My name is Ed.
My name's Travis.
And today we are continuing on with the M19 Planeswalker decks. This is going to be Vivien versus Ajani. Ajani, the Planeswalker deck that I was most excited about. Don't think it's the most powerful. Most excited to play this deck because it's very similar to decks I played in the past and I've built, and I quite enjoy sort of the white weenie style deck.
And Vivien, I believe, is an entirely new Planeswalker.
Yes.
M19. So she's definitely not Nissa. Definitely not Nissa.
On Magic Arena, I use her as my avatar because she reminds me of a Green Lantern. And I've always been a fan of the Green Lantern.
Not a Green Arrow?
No, well, she's got a green arrow, but she's able to make these green manifestations, right? So it's like, I see her as being like the Planeswalker equivalent of a Green Lantern. So that's why I quite like her. But I was not going to pass up the chance to play the Ajani deck, so I'm playing Ajani.
Fair enough.
So we have determined our opening hands.
No mulligans.
No mulligans.
You were a little iffy. I was confident.
Yes. Would you like 2 green dice?
I'd love 2 green dice.
There you go, sir. I'm going to use 2 white dice.
I mean, the shades aren't quite the same, but...
beat an 8.
Roll big. 5.
Yes, I get to go first. So, normally we have a lot more to say. I think we discussed a lot of it before. A graphic will be appearing, which is going to sort of show you the breakdowns of the past Planeswalker decks that have showed down. Showed down? Well said. And the current ones, odd man out is going to be Tezzeret, because they came out with 5 of these Planeswalker decks, which makes making a tournament difficult when it's an odd number. So I'm going to be opening up to you guys. There's going to be a selection of decks appearing on screen, and give me your feedback as to, these are all decks that will have lost in the past. All except for one will be from the first season of the Planeswalker Deck Showdown, and I'm also throwing in Sarkhan. So...
don't vote Sarkhan.
Which I should have said spoiler ahead of time. But if you're watching this one, you probably watched the last one, and you know that.
Or skip to the end.
Yeah, exactly. So
they're just in it for the numbers. They don't care about the gameplay, man. They want to know who won.
Let me know in the comment section which of those you think would be a good matchup for Tezzeret, and then they'll be filling a wild card spot essentially. If there seems to be, it's going to be very sort of. Unofficial, I guess, the way I'm doing the polling right now. If there seems to be sort of like a neck and neck commenting
draw,
sort of thing, then I may do
hot in the comment section.
I may do a more official poll at some point for the runoff. But yeah, just let me know in the comment section.
Twitter, check out Twitter.
Yeah, let me know on Twitter, anywhere, any of the social medias. It's actually
your
media.
best bet is Twitter.
I think the plural of media is media, but it's not medias. But whatever. Anyways. We're not here to learn grammar. We're here to play Magic, and that's what we're about to do. So I get to go first.
You do?
So I'm going to show my hand. Now, this is not the best opening hand in the world, but I think you guys will understand why, especially in a deck that has 26 land in it, why I kept this. So we're going to see if it was the right decision, wrong decision. I don't know. We'll find out. Travis?
Okay. I have a selection of cards as well. Show the mana cost. And I like it. I'm especially excited to get to play that card. I think I've played it in a while. I don't want to give away too much info, so I'm not going to. Those are my cards.
Played in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Huh? 9 games maybe. I could be talking nothing.
What card could that be? Okay, so I do get to go first.
We know it's not Llanowar Elves. So why would you put that?
That's right. One of the biggest surprises with this deck is there's no Llanowar Elves in it. Even though that's technically in M19. It's also in Dominaria, but it's definitely in M19 because they released them with the freebie decks. Yeah.
Yep. So apparently, if you have one of those freebie decks and you have a copy of Llanowar Elves with the M19 symbol, it might be worth some money.
Yeah.
Might be.
I find those things really strange, but whatever.
It says the collector. You're like a collector, though. You want that rare thing.
I'm a reformed collector.
He says that.
Reformed collector.
If these cameras could pan...
It's true. I got a lot of junk in this place, which is just only a collector would have. So I'm gonna play a Plains. I got no turn 1 play. I'm gonna pass a turn to you.
I get to draw. I'm gonna play a unique looking forest. I'm gonna grow me some trees with balls. I like trees with balls.
Trees with balls.
They know how to attack.
Some ballsy trees.
But I also don't have a Llanowar Elf. So I will pass back to you.
Ooh, okay. Draw. I'm going to...
There are orbs on that tree.
I'm going to play another Plains.
Should I have said nuts because it's a tree? Would that have been more acceptable?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a joke, see, because they're both... Slang.
They both have, yeah. I'm gonna tap 2 and bring out the Oreskos Swiftclaw. That may be a pronunciation of it. For 1/1 white, you get a 3/1 Cat Warrior. And that's all it does. It exists as a 3/1 Cat Warrior.
I'm not going
to turn to you.
Scoop, but things are definitely downhill from here. Okay, so my turn to play will be more trees with balls.
Okay, wow.
Yes, I will tap
Matching
those,
lands.
Tap those balls. To play the Druid of the Cowl. So I can tap it to add mana. So it's a 1/3.
Which can block a 3/1.
And die.
And die.
That is my turn to play. There's not a lot of excitement in that. But I have ramp. So look at it now.
So my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so untap. Interesting. I will not play a land. Unfortunately. I'm going to tap 2, though, and bring out the Cavalry Drill Master. It's a 2/1 human knight, and when it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike until the end of turn.
Son of a.
So now this is a 5/1 with first strike, and I'm going to move to combat.
Move to combat.
So now I am... Oh, it's still not a choice for you. Okay.
5 damage. No, it's not a choice. 5 damage, though. Jeebus.
I could use some ramp right now. I'm going to pass the turn to you.
That actually totally sucks. I didn't...
Not as much as turn 3 not having a third land sucks, but I was the one who did keep that opening hand. So
I would put more balls on the table. Trees. Big, giant cojones with mana squirting out of them.
Stop
it. So I can ramp now. I mean, now I have more choices than I thought I would.
That's the sound of the monetization leaving the video. So.
A few innocent mentions
of tree balls. All you mentioned is some tree balls with the...
I could attack into your 2/1. I could do that, but I think I'm going to... No, I'm going to
tap it for...
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I tapped 3, tapped my Druid of the Cowl, and I'm casting a 4-mana costed spell on turn 3. It's a 4/3 that'll totally die to that block. But it can't be blocked by more than one creature. So it's a 4/3 boar. Not very exciting. Back at you, sir.
Back at me. I know what I want to draw. And I'm going to play a Plains. Still got a little ways to go. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to move to combat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you block my 3/1 with your 4/3.
I will not, because he will die, and I like him.
There you go.
So I'm taking 3 more, dropping rapidly to 12.
I'm then going to tap 2 and bring out the Oreskos Swiftclaw 3/1 Cat Warrior.
I had a lot of plans that did not involve that happening.
Pass the turn to you.
Untapping. Drawn. Playing a neutered forest. So how much access do I have? I have access to 5 mana now. So that's something that everybody should be aware of. 5 mana. Okay, so what can I do here? No and no. But I can do this. I can tap for a sorcery called Rabid Knights. Yeah, that would work great if you only had one 3/1. So Rabid Bite, target creature I control deals damage to its equal to its power to target creature I don't control. So it's not really a fight, which is nice because he won't die, but I will kill the unblocked, untapped dude. That goes to the graveyard.
Rabid Bite's really good.
Yeah.
I draft, like when I've been drafting M19 on Magic Arena, and I'll draft Rabid Bite if I'm in green. Easily. Hands down. Over a lot, I'll draft Rabid Bite.
Was that just from Zendikar? Not Zendikar.
Shadows of Innistrad.
That was it.
I think it might have been in the original Innistrad, but I'm not entirely sure on that because I didn't actually play that set. I played the Shadows, but not the
Shadows.
Not the original Innistrad.
He played the Shadows. I'm going to go to combat. Mr. plays the Shadows.
Okay.
Okay. I'm terrible. I played a land this turn, correct? Because it's a turn 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I missed a drop,
Yes.
but you did not.
Yes, making sure. So when in combat, he can't be blocked by more than one creature. You only have one anyway. He's a 2/1. He's a 4/3. Combat's happening. They're in the zone. Look at all those bristling tusks and stuffs.
I'm taking 4, which puts me down to 16.
Really putting the drama on it, like bristling. I will then do more stuff with my ramping.
Oh my goodness.
Tapping 3, leaving no blockers to cast Vivien's Jaguar.
Ooh.
Cat Spirit with Reach. 3/2. What I like about this card is that for 3 mana, 2 of anything and 1 green, I can return Vivien's Jaguar from my graveyard to my hand, not the battlefield, because why would it be good? But I can only activate this if I control a Vivien Planeswalker.
Oh, that's right, too. You need a
which at this turn, I don't.
Oh, no. Now I know what the card I think you wanted to have in your hand was.
Tip my hat.
You tip in your hand. You're not tipping your... When you tip your hat to someone...
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's a different slogan. We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, I refuse to yield. I'm all tapped out. I got stuff, though, and I passed to you.
Okay.
Including a Jaguar.
Your hat is all tapped out.
But it's tipped.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to not play a land again, because, of course. I'm going to move to combat.
Move to combat.
I'm going to swing them with both the 2/1 and 3/1.
Okay.
Getting aggressive.
Yep. You probably have a pump spell, so I'm probably going to lose mine. So I will not block.
Not block? Okay.
Not block.
So you take 5.
5 down to 7.
Okay. And then I'm going to tap for 3 and cast the Militia Bugler. It's a 2/3 human soldier. It's got vigilance, which means attacking doesn't cause this creature to tap. And when it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with power 2 or less from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. So that's 4 cards deep. Top 4. Wow. Land was deep into this draw. I wasn't getting land for a while. This actually might have really helped me in the long run.
Dang card.
I am going to reveal Ajani's Pridemate, which is a 2/2 for 1 and 1 white. Cat Soldier, whenever you gain life, you may put a +1/+1 counter on Ajani's Pridemate. So I'm going to put this into my hand, right? Put it into your hand, and then put the rest at the bottom in random order. Hopefully I'll
You kind of have to.
A land on top of my deck. And now I'm all tapped out. I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Okay.
One of the reasons why I like this style of deck as well, too, is that even though I've missed several land drops at this point, it's still quite effective as a deck. You're getting the creatures out, you're still able to put pressure on your opponent. So,
Before I forget, I'll play my other forest.
Okay. I'm a little worried because you're reaching the basically the mana point where you can start casting some crazy stuff.
Yeah, we'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to bring out the namesake of the deck, Vivien of the Arkbow. So her +2 is put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature. Her -3 is target creature I control deals damage equal to its power to target creature I don't control. Very useful. -9, which is probably not going to be seen. Creatures I control get +4 and gain trample to at a turn. So,
yes.
The real question is, pardon me, I can instantly -3 her to, let's say, take that dude out.
Pretty much anything on the board, right?
Yeah. Or I can plus to add there and then have some more favorable blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Because even that would still be more favorable too. Then I can block a 2/1 or a 2/3 and a...
And it's 2 +1/+1 counters, right?
2. So this will become a 5/4.
Yeah. So you'd have a 4/3 and a 5/4.
She'll take some damage, but playing a little bit of a longer game here. So I am going to take her from 5 up to 7.
Okay.
By +2ing her. And I'll use that green dice there to put 2 counters on Vivien's Jaguar.
Question mark?
5 for Vivien's Jaguar. I am clearly tapped out. I pass back to you.
No tax. Okay.
No, I need to block her for her to do some fun stuff.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I got a Plains, and I'm going to play it. Because that's what I do. I've got certain choices I now have to make, given your board, and given the fact that you've got all that going on with the Planeswalker. Because hers is a -9?
-9. Her -3
which technically goes. You can get her to -9, or you can get her to 9 next turn. Yeah, let's do this. I think this is the best choice. I'm going to pay 2 bring out Ajani's Pridemate, which we just talked about before. I'm going to pay another 2 and bring out the Silverbeak Griffin. It's a 2/2 flying griffin.
For 2?
For 2, yeah.
That's
but 2 white, which makes it typically more difficult to cast, but because it's a mono white deck, it's not that difficult. You do have a creature with reach and a way bigger body than a 2/2. I'm at this point going to pass the turn to you, even though part of me wants to press the aggression that I've been putting off, but I'm just basically going to be throwing away 2 creatures to do maybe 2 to your Planeswalker, if I was going to go for your Planeswalker. You get 3 cards in hand, right? 3 or 4?
I do, but only one that I'm thinking about.
You've isolated just to one that you're holding on to, so...
Okay, the only way for this to work, the way I want it to work, is to go all in.
Okay.
So, I'm going to +2 her up to 9.
Okay.
So, that's up to 9. I'm going to put 2 more counters on this dude.
Okay. I think I know what's coming.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Ape Rage?
Declare dominance.
Yeah.
It's a big old grill on it, though. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. All creatures able to block it this turn do so.
I don't know if you watched the opening of this, but I was like, I'm going to lose to this card. Travis is going to play this card, and I'm going to lose to it. This card is probably going to cost me the game if I play against Travis and he's playing the green deck. I can almost guarantee it. I can almost prophesize right now in the Mana Cave, I'm going to play against Travis. He's going to play this and get at least 1 win off me with this card alone.
So, a lot of math.
I don't think I lose this turn, but this is going to be a major swing. Oh, sorry. So
it ends up being a board wipe, essentially.
You can go ahead and read. Did you read the whole thing or just the +3/+3 part before I cut
No,
you
I
off?
read all creatures able to block it do so.
Okay.
So, but try and distribute counters. I mean, I maybe could have -3 her to destroy one of the higher toughness creatures and then done it on 1.
I think this is a good...
But I think so. This one is going to get +3/+3, and it's going to attack, and what the heck attack? Because everyone has to block.
So 7, 10, up to 10, right?
It's a 10-9, I think. No, it's
10-9, yeah.
10-9, yes. Yeah. So, but everyone has to block that, and you don't have...
Yeah. Okay, so I'm definitely taking... It doesn't get trampled, though, right?
It doesn't get trampled.
Okay, so I'm definitely...
Why would you want to do that?
Definitely taking 5.
4.
4 and then 1?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 5, right? 4 and 1? That's fine.
I've been doing math for the past 5 minutes, so apparently my math isn't good. So this could be bad.
So everything's blocking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to... I'll turn them around so it's easier for you to see. I'm going to get you to order... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay.
No, it doesn't. It shouldn't, because you have no cards in hand, which is why I was more confident in...
So normally what happens in something like this is that the opponent who is attacking gets to order the blockers as far as what the damage is going to go. But because you're going to be doing 10, you basically are just going to wipe out the entire board. Now, on the plus side, I do get to destroy the Jaguar, but you also have Vivien on the board, which means you'll be able to activate the ability later. So. Yeah. Okay, so I lose my entire board here, folks.
I lose my Jaguar, but I had to put the counters on it for it to... It would have left 1 creature up. I was off by 1.
And I'm taking 5.
I'm all tapped out. So if you get a hasty creature...
Holy moly, I'm in a lot of trouble. Okay.
I am literally all tapped out, so it's...
Okay, so I'm going to untap. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well... It's not exactly what I would have wanted, but it's something anyways. I'm going to tap 3 for Worse Pacifism. It's Luminous Bonds. For 2 and 1 white, you get an Aura enchantment, and enchant creature can't block or attack.
It slows me down.
Put that on him. Yeah, it slows you down, even though this ability is just going to be able to keep going up and up and up.
Plus, I still can use it to attack.
Yeah, and I would kind of like to get a board presence. But even then, if I get a board presence, you can just use her minus ability to... Yeah. Probably take it out right away. So
even with that thing,
yeah, that's the thing, right? It's definitely not what I would have wanted as far as the card, but that's my play. I'm gonna pass it to you. I'm pretty sure I've lost this game. The key to the Ajani deck is to get as much aggro in early as possible, and then try to beat the green deck to the magic amount of mana, which I did not do. So
I didn't have any mana to activate. Vivien's thing last turn.
No.
But I'm not going to anyway.
Okay.
Tapping 6 for the Colossal Dreadmaw. So, there's my Colossal Dreadmaw. It is a 6/6 with trample.
Kind of wish I held into my Luminous Bonds.
Doesn't have haste, though, and I have no way to give it haste. So I'm going to do something a little strange here. And I'm actually going to plus her again.
Yeah.
Up to 11. And put 2 counters on my druid. So at least he's a bit of a force now. There it is. There's that sneaky 5. So 2 counters go on.
So 3/5.
So 3/5 now. And he does not have Summoning Sickness, so he's going to actually tap to attack.
Okay. So I'm down to 8.
Elf damage.
I'm pretty sure you got me this game.
Once again, I'm all tapped out.
Okay. In the very definition of too little too late, I got another planes. It's going to die to the minus ability, but let's go ahead and play this out. I'm going to tap for 5 and bring out Herald of Faith. It's a 4/3 flyer, and when it attacks, you gain 2 life. Pass the turn to you for my utter doom.
Oh, actually, it probably will be 2. Forced. -3 to have the Bristol Boar, just in case there's anything else.
No. Yeah. But once again, that's not fighting. That's direct. That's damage. It's basically Rabid Bite on the stick, right? So, yeah. And
then swing for 9.
And I'm at 8, so that will do it. So the first game of this match goes to Vivien.
And the ramp worked. I was concerned the ramp would just be background noise in a deck like this with 26 lands, but no, one situation.
There was a couple times that got tapped for mana, right? So,
at least 3 or 4.
Yeah, and it ended up essentially dealing the killing blow. Really.
Yeah, Vivien the Arkbow was able to make it more than a one picker. At the
and
end
unlike in the previous Planeswalker deck match that we had, where it was Sarkhan versus Liliana, we actually got to see the Planeswalker. So one of the Planeswalkers at least. So we're going to move on to the second game of this match and see if maybe Ajani can pull out at least one win in this matchup. And here we are back in the second game of this match, hoping neither of us mulliganed, right?
No.
So I'm hoping against hope that this goes a little bit better for me. I think I had a pretty good start, given the fact that I only had 2 land for a while. I'll show you my opening hand here, and there's one thing that's definitely different, as you can see.
You have 3 planes.
I have more than 2 land, so that's always a good start. And I will.
What do you complain about 2 land? That's plenty.
In this deck, you only really need 2, but I would have liked a couple more.
That's my hand. It's not similar to my last one. Information given.
Okay, now I did lose, so I get to start, and it's going to be a very similar start to last time. Plains and then pass.
Forced. Pass.
Ooh, okay.
No. I don't think there is even a
Rapid Fire.
1 mana costed spell in this deck.
Plains. I'm going to tap 2 and bring out Ajani's Pridemate, which we saw before. It's a 2/2. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on it.
I'm a little surprised that card came back in Standard. Because it's not broken, obviously, but it can get crazy.
It was in Zendikar, right?
The original Zendikar. I don't think it was... No, because it was in Conspiracy. I'm pretty sure it was in Conspiracy and not Zendikar. Because the problem is we got back in Magic around...
Khans of Tarkir.
Yeah, so and then around that was after that came Conspiracy. And I think around there was Zendikar. I think I got very confused about... Because I didn't know much about Standard, and I just knew cards and everything. So I want to say, you can prove me wrong, and you might be, that it was...
I thought it was in Battle for Zendikar, but I could be wrong. It might have been in both though as well too, because they did play. But I've been wrong before.
It's happened.
So it's happened.
I will tap 2 for the Druid of the Cowl. I can tap him for more than.
I was really hoping that you wouldn't be on the ramp.
No,
this game.
No.
Okay,
and that's all I can do because I'll pass back to you.
My turn. I'm going to play a Plains. Move to combat.
Move to combat.
Swing in. Block. Tap 2. Mighty Leap. Target gets +2/+2 and gains flying at the end of turn.
Alright.
That may seem like a waste, but I'm so worried about you being able to ramp up. So I thought that was necessary. So if anyone thought that was a bad move, probably right. I'll pass turn to you. Time will tell, though. Time will tell.
Okay. Play another Forest. Useless. But I guess I will tap for...
He's got such a great poker face a lot of the time. It's like, useless.
Tap for 3. Cast the Elvish Rejuvenator.
Oh.
When he enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards in my library, put all the good ones that you can't use away, and take a lousy land from among them and put it on the battlefield.
It's tapped.
Tapped.
It's still ramp, which is the lifeblood of that deck.
1,
so
2. So do I look or reveal? So it's
you look, right?
and then I
Reveal if you find a land card.
okay. So 1. It's 5.
Yeah.
2. Gee, I wonder if I'll hit one. I don't want to look at the rest though.
One of the comments I
Can
made.
I just look at the one and then talk the rest?
You want if you don't want to torture yourself.
Oh,
Because you know it's going to be a forest, right?
Forest. 2 not forest, but good cards I don't want in the bottom of my library.
Now, one of the things I'd mentioned during the opening for this is that I thought the not quite tutor card for that deck should have that as either look for a green card,
Yeah.
or grab a green card or a land card, because the Tezzeret deck is look for blue or artifact. So I thought maybe they should tack that on there, but you have that instead.
I will pass back to you since that tapped me out, and this enters tapped. Not that one man would do anything, but I might have had other shenanigans going on up there. You don't know.
So I'm going to play... You don't know. You don't know me. I'm going to play Plains. I'm going to tap for 2 and cast Knight's Pledge. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. That's going on the Pridemate.
That's not good.
Move to combat.
Move to combat.
I'm assuming you're going to throw your 1/1 in front of it.
I'm doing that, yeah. Because you've done your thing.
Okay, well, there we go.
Don't get behind here, though. My cards. My card is disadvantaged.
I'm happier with my lands this game, so I'm going to pass the turn to you. So at the very least, I've got decent land going on here.
Okay. I will play another forest.
Okay.
So I have 5 mana. So I will play a Druid of the Cowl. I will play a Vivien's Jaguar.
Ooh.
And they're summoning Sicht. So I will pass back to you.
Okay.
It's a 4/4 I'm taking each turn unless I want to throw something under it. Which I don't.
I'm going to play a Plains. And I'm going to untap my guy. I'm going to tap for 5 and bring out Ajani Wise Counselor. It's a 5 loyalty Planeswalker. The +2 ability is you gain 1 life for each creature you control. The -3 is creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. And the -9 is put X +1/+1 counters on target creature where X is your life total.
Plus, I cannot let that ultimate go off.
I am going to...
In a deck with fighting as removal.
I'm going to +2 him to... I'm going to use dice that actually can be seen, I guess. Put him to 7. I'm going to gain 1 life for each creature I control, so I'm going to go up to 21. When I gain life, Ajani's Pridemate gets a +1/+1 counter. So that goes on there. So now it is a 5/5. I'm going to move to combat.
Okay.
And I'm going to...
Attack for 5.
Attack for 5.
Drop to 15.
And now I've left Ajani wide open.
Not a lot on that board.
And I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Untapping. What? Confused? I am confused. Tap for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, God.
For the aggressive mammoth. An 8/8 elephant with trample. Other creatures I control have trample. Suck it, Ajani's Pridemate. In case you're wondering why I wasn't sweating over the Ajani's Pridemate getting bigger and bigger over there, I had something. It's 6, though, and 3 green, so that was 5 plus the Druid is 6. My Vivien's Jaguar does have trample now, but we'll just be pecking away at Ajani.
Oh, going for Ajani. Okay.
Going for Ajani.
So that damage will go through, so it's going to put down to 4. So Ajani's at 4.
Creatures you control +2/+2 turn. Okay.
Yeah, that's the -3.
Yeah.
My turn?
Back to you, sir.
Okay, so untap everything. Draw. I'm going to tap 3 and bring out the Militia Bugler, which we saw before. So I'm going to be looking at the top 4 cards of my library, reveal a card with power 2 or less from among them, and then put it into my hand. 2, 3, 4. one of my favorite cards in this deck I'm going to be revealing, and that's Mentor of the Meek.
They put good cards in your deck. Like an actual, I don't know if it's money, but...
I really like, I don't think it's money, but I like this card a lot. Mentor of the Meek is a 2/2 human soldier, and whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 if you do draw a card. So that is going to go into my hand. And then the rest are going to go on the bottom in random order. Now, sadly, I don't have the mana to be able to cast him right away.
Really? How much does he go? Oh, because you did the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not that expensive.
But I can cast for 1 the Court Cleric, which is a 1/1 and has lifelink, but it also gets +1/+1 as long as you control an Ajani Planeswalker. So right now this is a 5/5, and that's an 8/8. So even if I +2'd it, so I'm going to +2. I mean +2 this, not +2 this. I'm going to +2 Ajani, put him to 6. I'm going to gain 1 life for each creature I control, so I'm going to gain 3 life. I still think I'm going to be behind in this race because of that crazy creature. And I do get a plus. Thank you very much.
Don't think you were going to forget that, though.
I do get a +1/+1 counter on Ajani's Pride Mate. So
it does change the math, though.
That is a 6/6 now. And I'm going to pass the turn to you. Part of me wanted to hold the Cleric back so that I could cast it easily with Mentor the Meek, but...
I will tap 2 for the Urine Champion. Ursin?
Urine?
Ursin. There's an S in there.
Ursin Champion.
S. It's a bear, 2/2 bear, but I can tap 6 mana and it gets +3/+3 and becomes a Bear Berserker until the end of the turn. Activates ability only once each turn. So my creatures have trample.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to combat.
Okay.
Eight, 8, 3, 2, 1, 3.
Going for me or for Ajani?
I guess I only need to go for Ajani with 1 dude, and these 2 can go for you. Because he's at 6, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Well, this dude... Okay. At you, at Ajani.
Okay.
None of them have flying, right?
No, none of them have flying.
Well, that doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, part of me is just sort of like wanting to let Ajani go at this point, though he is doing work for me. What I will do is I'll put Court Cleric in front of the Jaguar, and I'm just going to let everything else go.
Okay.
So Ajani is dead, well dead. I still take 1 because of trample damage.
2. This is 3/2.
And this is a 2/2 because I got Ajani Planeswalker.
Oh, right. Okay, so he's going to die?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you have some sort of trick.
I do. I have Titanic Growth.
Okay.
So target creature's +4/+4 until the end of the turn.
So I'm going to take 5 now.
Yeah.
And it's going to live.
And it's going to live. But your dude will still go up 1.
So I'm 19. I do gain 2 life. And then this goes up another 1. Ajani dies, and I won't be able to bring it back because the tutor cards are not in this deck anymore, so... Oh well.
And then I pass back to you.
Pass back to me?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what the draw holds for me. Okay. I'm going to pay 3 for Mentor the Meek. And whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 if you do draw a card. I'm going to tap 1 to bring out Rustwing Falcon. This triggers. I am going to pay 1, and I'm going to draw a card.
1/2 flyer for 1. Man, white's nice for those things.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's a 2/2?
2/2.
With a mana sink attached to it. Okay, so I'm going to move to combat because I think I need to put pressure on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to attack with the Militia Bugler, which does have vigilance, and I'm going to attack with the Ajani's Pride Mate, which does not.
Okay. I will throw him under Ajani.
Okay.
And take 2.
And take 2.
13. I lose my urine champion with the...
Okay, and then I'm going to pass the turn to you.
Okay. What can I draw? What can I draw?
Creatures still have trample because of your crazy mammoth.
They do. Tap 2 to cast Plummet on your bird. Because apparently I have Plummet. But thank you for playing a creature with... So I didn't, like, rage over that card. Okay.
You got one card left in hand?
One card left in hand.
Okay. Those two?
Those two.
I will put the Bugler in front of the cat and then take 8 to the face unless you got a trick.
Not at the moment.
Okay. So these trade.
Nothing tramples through.
I take 8.
8 in the mana.
So that puts me down to 13. Short clock, short clock.
Pass back to you.
Pass back to me.
Got your Mentor the Meek. Doing work.
I do indeed. I'm going to play Plains. Yeah, I got to do this, I think. I'm going to tap for 6. I'm going to cast Sarah's Guardian. It is a 5/5 flyer with Vigilance, and other creatures you control have Vigilance.
Okay. So before combat, I'm going to plummet your angel.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. 2 plummets? Are you kidding me? I was angry about that until you played 2 flyers in a row.
But that's so bad for me, though.
That's so bad for me.
I can't believe you have the 2. I know. I mocked the fact that they put 2 copies of Plummet in that deck.
I mocked it too up until about 10 seconds ago.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. So now they don't have vigilance.
I know.
Okay. I'm going to I gotta continue the pressure though. So I'm gonna move to combat.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swing in for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I will jump.
Okay. Okay.
Now I have 1 card on the table, no cards in hand. No
this
more
has got
plummets up
trample
my
though.
sleeve.
So one of the big things is the fact that I can't simply chump it. So I'm gonna have to probably hold this back unless I get some sort of answers. So
like a plummet?
Yeah, it's like a plummet.
I was really hoping you'd give your Ajani Pride Mate that leap again, and I'd be like, thank you, card.
Up until that point, because you were like, oh, I gotta take out the Rustwing Falcon with that.
Yeah.
Woo! But yeah, I was not expecting another plummet. I was so excited that you played that plummet.
Were you? I was like, whatever.
Not the second plummet, the first plummet. Anyway, I'll pass the turn.
At one point, I had plummet, and Titanic Growth in hand. Like,
oh my goodness, I'm in trouble. I'm in so much trouble.
Okay. So that's a 7 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 7/7.
So I still have a good. I will attack.
Okay. So I am not going to block with anything.
Okay.
Damage.
Okay.
So I'm at 5.
Okay.
Oh.
And I will pass back to you.
Pass back to me. Okay. Get another plummet.
Are you going to give it flying?
Okay. I'm going to play Plains. I'm going to tap 3 and cast Pegasus Courser. It's a 1/3 flyer, and whenever it attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying at the end of turn. Mentor of the Meek triggers. I'm going to pay 1 to draw a card.
By your reaction, I'm guessing it was not Luminous Bonds.
I was really, you knew exactly what I was hoping for.
I knew how much mana you had up too. Yeah.
Okay, so 7, 8, 9, I put you down to 4, and then I'd be, well, dead. So I'm going to... Technically, that could kill it. I could hold everything back, but I think I'm going to... I'm going to swing in with Mentor of the Meek. Go to combat, I should say.
I have no blocks.
Okay.
I'm not doing any shenanigans. I dropped to 11.
Yep. And then I'm going to pass the turn to you. No! I hate when you put land down like that.
Do you hate it even more when I tap it all?
Oh,
all
no.
7. For the Meteor Golem. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target non-land permanent opponent controls.
Oh my god, no.
Choose your Pride Mate. Choose them well.
Why did I attack with Mentor of the Meek?
Would it have mattered? It would have mattered.
It would have mattered, yeah. Because then I would have at least been able to last one more turn. Okay, so those both die. I'll put it in front, but I'm still taking 5, which is my exact life total. I'm curious. I just want to see what the next. Okay, so planes in hand, and I drew another planes and another planes, and a silverback. I wasn't getting an answer for quite a while.
I chumped with the mentor, or the Drew of the Cowl, and then I drew a 7-costed spell that would have been so nice. I'm like, top deck land in this deck. I'm like, it's gonna happen. It's gotta happen.
See, this is one of the reasons why I thought that was a good inclusion. We like the previous ones. I think it was the previous ones. Had that artifact creature that they threw into every single one. Which was simple a 3/3 for 4.
And they were all tribals too. So it's like a irrelevant creature type and throw it in.
That I thought was a bad card to include. This one, even though they didn't put the same amount in each deck, I did think was a decent card.
Yeah.
Because
some decks have more than one.
It's a 3/3 body with removal attached to it. And not just creature specific removal, which is what it is a lot of the time. So and that pretty much, you being able to lay that down, you probably, there's a very good chance you would have won anyways. But it definitely knocked me out early.
And I was really regretting or having to decide whether I wanted to attack or not, because I'd lost my chumps and I'd gone through all my jumps, so I couldn't bring the Jaguar back. Even if I top deck Vivien, I wouldn't have the mana for that and to bring it back. So I could keep top decking creatures, and then I top deck back.
This was your next card?
No, I had another forest and then second card.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you would have won the race anyways, given the what we saw off my.
I probably would have stopped attacking after the next turn.
Yeah, that, I mean,
again, trample. If I didn't have trample, I wouldn't have been attacking like mad. Essentially,
the thing I'm happy about is I'm happy. Well, one, I'm not happy that we lost. But I'm happy that I got to play Mentor of the Meek, which is one of the cards I really liked in this deck. If I were to retool this deck, I would put more copies of Mentor of the Meek. I like this card a lot. Yeah. And I was happy that I got to cast the Planeswalker. Well,
take out 2 planes and put 2 Mentors of the Meek.
Yeah.
Easy play right there.
Like most of these decks would run just fine on 24 lands.
And the hilarious thing,
especially yours, which has so much ramp to begin with.
Because I started with 2 Druids and that Elvis Rejuvenator.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was 1 and that, and I drew the Druid, but I had plenty of ramp off the go. Yeah. I was worried I would ramp into nothing, and then I think that was my second or third card.
Throw 4 Llanowar Elves in that deck, and you won't need anywhere near what you have as far as land goes in that deck.
Ironically, take out the Plummets, which I think won me the game. A 5/5 flyer at that point.
They totally won you the game.
With vigilance.
Everything vigilance, and it was a 5/5 on its own. Yeah. Man, that second Plummet, I thought, because I remembered, I swear it only has 2 Plummets in that deck.
And again, I wonder why I had 1. When I drew the second Plummet, I was actually like,
and I was so.
You better play flyer.
Is that what you said? Was that the card when you said this is useless?
Yes.
That was the card? Okay, so.
I'm pretty sure that was it. Because it was useless. Useless until you play 2 flyers in a row. What are the odds?
And I thought when you used that Plummet, because I had that card in my hand for a long time. The Angel. Yeah. The bird I ended up top decking at the time, and when you used him the bird, I was so happy because I'm like, he's only got 1 other copy in his deck, so I should be free and clear. Yeah, that was tough. But still, Vivien is going to be moving on to the next round. Now, I did this with Sarkhan, and I'm gonna do this with Ajani as well too. I'm going to throw Ajani in the possible mix of.
Wait, how many copies of the Primate are in there? More than 1?
2 or 3.
Then definitely put him in the mix.
Okay, so Ajani is now going to be in the possible running for decks that could end up filling the wild card spot that would face off against Tezzeret. So,
and you even had Ajani with the Pride Made, because I mean Ajani's +1 essentially.
Yeah, I thought once I had that, and combo. Then with the extra life gain that I had going, I thought for sure. I mean, and it got to 7/7. I got the land of 7/7. Not quite able to compete with your 8/8.
Yeah,
but yeah. So the next round of the M19 Planeswalker Deck Showdowns is going to be Liliana versus Vivien. So it's interesting because you're piloting Vivien in this one. I piloted Liliana in the previous one. So we're just going to be helming the same decks again, and we're going to see how that matchup ends up going.
You're going to win. This deck works on, and again, big creatures out. And when you put resources into ramp, and then those resources and more resources into a big creature, and for 3 mana, you've been working your whole game towards those resources. It is a huge disadvantage.
And Liliana has it's got murder. It's got other straight up removal as well too. So
it would have been actually nice because that's where Liliana versus Ajani. Because Ajani, again, you go wide, murder is not as effective, but then you're almost crippling someone's strength kind of thing.
But one of the things with Liliana as well too is it's almost like a weenie deck with the a creature removal sub theme to it, sort of thing. So
which in limited works.
I still think Liliana would. Normally, when I do the matchups, I usually just do them randomly. I just sort of select them randomly. This one, I specifically chose Liliana versus Sarkhan because I thought that'd be a good matchup because it's removal against removal. And then I thought Ajani would be great against the Vivien, or the not necessarily great against Vivien, but I thought this would be a nice matchup because you have the early aggression versus the slow trying to build.
Yeah.
So I thought they made, and I even though both of these only went to 2 games, I think the games were I thought they were fun, even the ones that I lost.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the ones where I won.
Strike, so
yeah, exactly. So, so there you go, folks. I'm going to mention this. I mentioned this at the end of pretty much all the Planeswalker decks, and if you're or not Planeswalker decks, all the Mana Cave episodes. And if you're watching at this point, you probably already know about it. But I do have a Token of the Month club where you can sign up and get between 1 to 10 tokens each and every month mailed directly to your door. These tokens are created exclusively for Brain Pulp TV by me and my friend and fellow artist, Lara D'Souza. So we've come out with several of the tokens so far. We've done goblins, soldiers, zombies, spirits. Saproling tokens are going to be the ones that are this particular month, coming out for this month. So yeah, it's something to check out. There'll be a video explaining a bit more that'll be linked in the corner.
Do you have some examples?
I do have some examples.
Amazing.
They're probably up on the screen anyways. But they have the zombie, goblin, soldier, spirit token, and then some bonus tokens which might show up from time to time in your packages. You never know. And so that's something to check out. Video showing more about it appearing somewhere on screen.
Talk good word complete sentences.
And a link to the actual Patreon page, because it's being done through Patreon page, is going to be in the description below. Travis, anything else you can think of?
No.
Folks, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next episode, which may be Tezzeret versus a wild card, though probably it's going to be one of the advancement matches from some of the previous matchups, the winner versus winner matches. So I haven't quite figured out the scheduling past this point. So I'll let you know as soon as I know. And
keep an eye on the channel.
Yeah.
More good stuff coming.
Look on Twitter. I usually let everyone know ahead of time what's going to be coming up on Twitter.
At Brain Pulp. I think it's in the corner down there.
Yes, it is in the corner.
You actually look, which is kind of fun. Remember, we're small little heads up here.
Yes.
Down there on your screen.
I believe it is down below me. I think down below me, now? Down below, partly below me is the email address. I think closer down below use the Twitter.
That way. I keep down. No. Because it's the overhead view. Down
that's right, too.
At the bottom, I think.
It's either this way or that way, one of the two. So, anyways, guys, I'll see you soon.